Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. If you want to watch my live streams every single day and watch me teach in actually live time and alert some plays, click the link in the description. This is the WAP link. Again, I'm not forcing you to. It's up to you. I don't really care. The other thing is, if you want to use a couple practice accounts and start getting in the futures, please trust me. The 80% sale is going to end tonight or tomorrow. Buy an account. Use the code in the description. It says Apex. Pretty simple. And use that, okay? I promise you it helped me get so much better at just trading and not trading a demo. So we're trying to recommend it. All right, so I'm going to get started with today's video. And this is going to be another video kind of going over, like, I'm going to use today as an example because a lot of people are like, oh, I'm getting wrecked using the inversion. Okay, and I want to start off by saying this. Okay. A Monday with no news is generally 80% of the time it will not be good. Okay. And it's not that it's not going to be good. There's going to be a lot of SMTs, a lot of chop, a lot of slow price action. Mondays with no news, 80% of the time. Occasionally, there's the one good Monday, but most of the time, Mondays, no news. There's a lot of chop, a lot of sloppy price action, lots of SMTs. Okay. You have to take into account what I just said. Lots of SMTs, but also slow price action. Okay. Now, when you're using inversions, you have to be watching for SMTs. And it's not, so there's going to be days, unlike expansion days, where the SMTs aren't going to matter on an expansion day. But you have to, this is where screen time comes into play, because you have to understand, like, if you're trading a Monday with no news, okay, you have to understand it's most likely not going to be an expansion day. It's going to be seek and destroy, whatever it may be. So you're going to have to expect these SMTs, and you're not going to have to, you can't take these SMTs the opposite way, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. Okay, the only time I'm really fading SMTs per se is expansion days. Okay, and you'll notice if it's an expansion day or not. Okay, we're obviously in expansion days. We respect every single bullish PD array or every single bearish PD array, whichever it may be. Okay, so you just have to keep that in mind. So today, knowing that Monday with no news, we're expecting to need a lot of SMTs. And people kept asking, like, why are these inverses failing? Okay. And if I go to this on right here, okay, first one I'm gonna talk about. This one right here, why this fail. Okay, I'm gonna see, am I allowed to? I think there's a way I can, there's some way I can go into time, something like that. I don't think I can do in replay mode. So if I go into replay mode, okay, and I go right to here, okay, and I go to one that was inverse, okay, and I go to replay mode right here, which I cannot do. Okay, we're just gonna have to exit that for now. Okay, but when I go into replay mode, or when I draw a vertical line right here, okay, and I sync this to the other chart, it's not syncing for some reason. But when I draw this line here, okay, what I want you guys to realize is this. At the time when ES was inside this inverse, what do we have? We had a bearish SMT. Okay, and you can see price goes up right here. We hit this high, and we already delivered from this BPR. Okay, we already delivered from here. Okay, this inverse, I mean. And if we're delivering from a bearish SIBI, okay, all SIBIs are bearish. If we're delivering from a SIBI, okay, and we're delivering, and we're not really delivering in the middle of nowhere, and we have a bearish SMT here, you can clearly see one hit the high and one didn't, right? If I draw this high over, right? On a Monday with no news, do not trust these. And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, how do I know it was Monday with no news? Okay, that's a screen time. You have to expect not a good days on Monday with no news, okay? If it was an expansion day, then great. This maybe would have worked, even with the bearish SMT. But just it's the nature of the day that it's why these setups fails and why you have to be extremely picky. Okay, extremely picky, right? You can't just go in on a Monday with no news and expect something with an SMT to work, okay? It's barely going to work, okay? There's an SMT, there's an SMT. Do not fade it, okay? You can see we end up being bullish in the end, but what happens? We slop under this, okay? We close under this, and then we just close back above again, okay? And you can clearly see why price action is just, it's so sloppy, and that's just because of the nature of the day, okay? Now, again, if I go right here, here's another example. Here's a bearish fair value gap. People probably shorted, okay? And here's another example of it just being Monday price action. You can see when this green candle inverses this on Q. Did ES inverse this? No, it did not. And then you can see NQ actually hits the high right here, and ES doesn't. Why is this a good play to take on ES? Because you have an SMT, okay? You have the SMT. You know it's a Monday with no news. So you're expecting a bunch of SMTs to work, and NQ hit the high, and ES was still in the inverse. So this is a play I'd be more willing to take. Okay. Now, what about if I go to there's one more. What about this one right here? Okay. I want to talk about this one real quick. This one right here. Okay. I'm just gonna draw a rectangle. Okay. We break over it. Okay. Now, we just had the contract rollover. So I did take this play. I longed on this candle. And I'm like, all right, I'm getting half out here. I don't even care if we hit the high. And I alerted this in my live stream. Okay. That's, again, just screen time. Okay. You're going to be like, oh, how was I supposed to know that? Right. We had the contract rollover. Half the people are using one contract. Half the people are using the other. Until that's concrete, I don't even hold to the high. I sell a little before just in case one mismatches. So this one obviously was nice. Okay, that worked. Okay. The other one was this right here. Okay. Why does this inverse fail? Okay, this inverse fails. Let me just draw this out. This inverse fails because where were we delivering from on ES? We were delivering from right here, and we had a bearish SMT. Okay, you have to be looking for these bearish SMTs. If you're not seeing these SMTs, I don't know what to tell you, because you can never long a fair value gap on a Monday with no news if there's a bearish SMT. It doesn't work that much, okay? It barely works. You can't do it, okay? Same thing right here. Why this inverse fail right here? Okay, if you look carefully, it was right here. Why this fail? Okay, it was because we had a bullish SMT from here to here. Okay, you can see it's actually I think I meant the, I think there's a 2-minute one actually. Oh yeah, it was a 2-minute one. It was this one right here. People were asking why this failed. Okay, this one failed right here. Even though it's a BPR. It's a BPR, it fails. Okay, SMT. Okay, so you can just see I'm slowly going through these examples. In every single one of these setups, there's some sort of SMT, right? ES hits a low. NQ does not hit the low. Okay, and you have to, and this is not going to be an everyday thing. This is going to be a Monday no news consolidation seek and destroy thing. Okay, rarely it's rarely this is going to happen on Tuesday. But why would maybe I expect this to happen tomorrow? Well, we got CPI on Wednesday, which is high impact news. Okay, so do you see how I'm converging all my screen time and what I've seen in the past? Okay, even though I don't really expect price action like we got today, tomorrow, I actually am, because we have CPI. So again, there's going to be different conditions for different days. Okay, you have to kind of go over these, and this is something I can't teach, but I can say what I've seen. Like, I can say what I've seen in the past. I can be like, oh, days before CPI usually are seek and destroy, SMT days, whatever it may be. But you're not going to believe it till you see it. Okay, and once in a blue moon, whatever they say, once in like 3 months, there's a really, really good day before high impact news. Do I trade it? Do I care? Nope, I don't really care, because most of the time there isn't. So you have to be paying attention to these SMTs. Okay, make sure you're not taking any bearish fair value gaps if there's, or bearish inverses if there's a bullish SMT, like right here. Make sure you're not taking any bullish inverses, like right here, if there's a bearish SMT. It specifically on a no news Monday. Okay, that's the specifics. You can experiment with it outside of days like that, but generally, if you want to have a high win rate, not gonna work out. Okay. I think that's gonna be it for this video. I tried going a little slower because it's gonna be harder for some people to understand. But this is something you really got to learn if you want to get to that next level. So just it helped me so much when I started getting good at these. So again, that's going to be the video. Thank you guys for watching, and comment line if you got this far. Again, I want to see who actually watches to the end. All right, peace.